big news from Compute North, which filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy yesterday. Just as a disclosure, I do work for Compass Mining as a content director, and we do host with Compute North. This story has some big implications for the mining space, which, as I just mentioned, is already seeing maximum pain possible because everything is down by quite a lot. Compute North is one of the largest hosting providers in the United States. They mostly host for larger companies, including Marathon Digital, which we'll focus on here. Marathon Digital is probably one or two of the largest names in mining in the space. A lot of people who wanted exposure to Bitcoin but didn't want to buy Bitcoin outright bought Bitcoin mining stocks, and they bought equity in Marathon Digital. Marathon Digital hosts almost exclusively with Compute North at this time, though they're trying to add more hosting in different places in the US with different companies. What we have here is basically Marathon Digital putting themselves in a pickle where they only have one hosting provider, and that hosting provider is now going through Chapter 11. What does Chapter 11 mean? Well, we don't quite know yet. It could mean a lot of different things, including divvying up assets for creditors. It could just mean renegotiating debt. It could mean a host of different things, right? We still don't know yet. But it definitely means a lot for Marathon Digital, which as of right now is trading down about 8% on the day. They've also been downgraded from a buy to neutral by BTIG, which is an index out there, or a ratings agency out there looking at which stocks to purchase. So pretty big news for the mining space to end the week. Sam, I'm going to throw this one over to you, get your take on it.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's interesting. I don't know that much about the Bitcoin mining side of things. It did just get me thinking about the Ethereum side, which is mostly what I cover. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot more stories like this in light of the merge. A lot of people moved over to proof of work chains, and those chains are not going to be profitable very, very soon. You even saw Chandler Guo. I don't think it obviously wasn't on this show. It was on another CoinDesk TV show talking about how mining operations writ large are struggling, not only on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, obviously, but also like these forks. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think I'm the best person to comment on Chapter 11 bankruptcy writ large, but yeah, I'll toss it over.
Sam, why was it obviously not on this show? Are we not capable of having intelligent conversations?
I just don't think Chandler Guo wants to go on this show. I think we give him a little bit too much grief from what I've seen, but yeah, hey, try to invite him.
Well, I have a question for you. You know, the price of Bitcoin is down like upwards of 70%. Electricity is becoming super expensive. If we zoom out, what does this story mean for Bitcoin?
Great question. And I think it means that we don't know yet, right? So Bitcoin is down quite a bit from all-time highs, almost 70,000 in November, to now we're chopping around 19,000. And then like you mentioned, energy prices are up. So the fundamental issuers and movers of Bitcoin, miners, are really struggling right now because of those two price points, which are critical to anything they do. And then Bitcoin on top of that, I think people look at miners oftentimes and sort of see where miners are at in the ecosystem in order to decide, like, should we purchase or should we not? To me, this is just sort of like where we're at in the cycle. This always happens. Miners are sort of on the edge, right? When things are going really well, no one's doing better than miners. When things are going really poorly, nobody is doing worse than miners. So you really have to pick how you want to strategize to move through that. And nobody's going to do it perfectly, right? Because this is all a new digital economy. For Bitcoin, we'll find out, right? We don't quite know yet. Things look pretty bearish at the moment, though. Jen, I'll throw back to you for any last thoughts or questions or comments or interest in the story.
My last thoughts are questions, just because you work in the mining industry. I mean, what do you think this means for the future of mining? Like, do you think we're going to see mining companies selling off assets? Or are they going to scale down? What's going to happen?
There's definitely going to be some scaling down. We're already seeing this with some great people out there like CleanSpark who are purchasing mining rigs for really cheap. CoinDesk has done some awesome coverage about that. So we've seen a lot of M&A deals. We'll see some consolidation, and we'll see mining rigs continue to go down in prices. For Bitcoin, we don't really know yet. But for miners, consolidation, probably some more washouts, and hopefully more restructuring and get the companies back on their feet. But yeah, it's been a pretty wild bull market and now bear market for Bitcoin miners.